Hello and welcome back to my craft room. It's been an absolute age since I did anything in my Create This book or my Wreck This journal, so I need to put that right. Otherwise I'm never going to finish these books. And I've been having a little doodle fest just recently, trying out all different kinds of doodling. I know you can just like doodle, but sometimes you just need a starting point, don't you? So I've been looking at lots of different ideas. I love neurographic art, is something I've been really enjoying. I've been getting a lot of inspiration from Ulrika Hirsch's channel. She just like takes doodling to another level. And another channel I've been watching him for ages, but I've been really binging just lately. It's called Peter Draws. If you haven't looked at his channel before, check it out. On his sketchbook flip throughs are just something else. Yeah, just mind blowing. Anyway, so I've been having a bit of a doodle fest just recently, and there is a page in my Create This book which just says create doodles. Fill this entire page with mindless doodling. So I'm going to have a go at an idea that Peter Draws invented, which he calls the pink square method. Well, I haven't got pink squares, I've got green squares. And the idea of this is you just start with a little doodle on a post-it note, and then you put it on the page however you like, wherever you like, and you just doodle, you just expand from it. You just sort of expand from that square, and then you pick it up and you move it somewhere else, and you expand and you join them together, or whatever you want to do. So I started off with this one last night and ended up with this. I've been using these graphics fine liners that we got in last month's Schooler box, and I thought this is a good opportunity to just have one last bash with the contents of last month's Schooler box, because I've just had the email to say that this month's is on the way. So yeah, so then I had another go, started off with this one, and you can see where I started to bring these lines out from the lines on my square, and then I'll move it to somewhere else, and I'll start working on these lines, and I'll probably join them together. And yeah, it's really difficult to explain verbally, so I thought I'll just do one and show you, and you can see what I mean. So we got these in last month's Schooler box. We also got a paintbrush, which has now kind of gone into my general supplies, and some paper, but all of that has now got swallowed up into my normal supplies, and I've just brought these out again. Now I'm just carefully moving these so that I can hopefully show you. I did loads and loads with these. I'm so rubbish at this. There we go. So you can see how, despite how much stuff I've done loads and loads of these, look how much is left. They're so highly pigmented, these. It can water them right down and they're still really vivid. Anyway, I don't know how well this paper will take them, but if it goes through to here, it doesn't matter. This was meant to be a boring page, so maybe it'll get a bit more interesting. What's on the next page? I'll create a fantasy home. Oh, I don't care about that. Okay. So I've done a little doodle on here to start me off. I haven't filled it, and sometimes you end up just doodling a bit more onto it before you move the square. So it's going to be a bit annoying on this one because it's lumpy, so maybe I'll just start this side, which isn't quite so lumpy. If it all goes horribly wrong, I'll just do it on a separate bit of paper and stick over the pages, so it really doesn't matter. And I can probably work the title of the page, the prompt, into the doodle as well. Yeah, so I'm just going to start doing this and put you on fast forward and watch a bit of YouTube or a bit of Netflix. I'm catching up on Celebrity MasterChef. I might watch a bit of that out of my side eye while I'm doing this. And now, can we see well enough? Somebody left a comment on one of my videos that I need lights, which made me think, is everybody not seeing very well? This is probably the best I'm going to be able to do at the moment. I appreciate the feedback when people sort of let me know when you can't see properly or hear properly or whatever. I do appreciate it, but having said that, there's a limit to how much I can do, and at the moment I'm at the limit of my space and money for more lighting, and also knowledge. I really don't know. I'm only doing this for a bit of fun really, so yeah, I like to make it as good as I can, but I've just got limitations, so I apologise if it's all looking a bit dim. I hope it's not too bad. Right, so first thing I have to do is really shake these up. You can see, especially with the white, you can see how much the pigment settles. So if I give it a good shake, well, I've got my bingo wings and everything going then, and my chins. Yeah, so you can see it really does need a good shake up. It all settles at the bottom. Yeah, I'll probably add the colour afterwards though, so at the moment I'm just going to be doing the doodling. So, nice cup of coffee, catch up on a bit more MasterChef, and I will speed through this and see you when I'm ready to start adding some colour. I think I've got the basis of my doodle down now. There's some bits I don't like where I started here, so some of these bits I'm going to just fill in now, because it won't hurt to have a few sort of dense black areas, I think, just to give it a bit of just to break it all up a bit. And then I'm going to thicken up some of these lines where I've not been very careful and where I've gone over the bumpy. Now that's going to really annoy me, so I'm going to use the thicker pen now. So that was the 0.4 I was using. I'm going to use the combination of the brush and the 0.8 to just thicken up, tidy up these lines and fill in some areas. And then I'm going to add some more little smaller details and then some colour. Right, so I'm not going to make you watch the boring tidying up part. I'll be back in a moment. Right, so I have just thickened up and tidied up some of the lines. I've sort of softened all the wherever the lines cross over. I've like rounded them off and given them a bit of weight, because I just like that look. It's a bit like when you're doing the neurographic art. So I think what I'm going to do now is leave that all to fully set, because these pens, if you go over the top of them too quickly with water, they will move. And then I'm going to come back and throw a bit of colour on here, just probably fairly randomly. And then I'm going to go back in again with the really fine pen, the 0.2, and do some cross hatching to add a bit of darkness here and there. Yeah, quite happy with that. It's completely fine. It's very relaxing because you just kind of let it happen on its own, really. And I think what I mustn't do is, I know it says fill the entire page, but I've kind of nearly, I don't want to overdo it. I never leave enough white space, so I need to remind myself to know when to stop. I'll run out of time eventually anyway. Okay, see you in a mo. Well, I've had my dinner. This ink should be all lovely and dry now. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit and start throwing some colour around on here. And we'll see how it goes. Let's give them a bit of a shake first. I'm going to put a bit of each out. That little seems to go quite a long way. And I might even try dropping some straight on there in a bit as well. But I've got a pot of water, I've got my water spray. I'm just going to let this happen. I'm not sure how it will all behave. I'm not sure if these pens will run at all. I'm not sure how these inks will work on this sort of cheap quality paper, really. We'll see how it goes. But you know, it's only my create this book, end of the day. That's why these things are so much fun. Well, I'm going to do a whole lot more cross-hatching and dotting and stuff to add some shading to this, and I will come back and show you at the end because I think that'll be a bit tedious to watch. So I'll probably see you in the morning. Night night. And here's my finished doodle page. Had a great time with this. I sat in front of the telly last night and carried on adding into it. I added some sort of darker areas by making tiny, there we go, focus, by making tiny circles, which I thought was quite fun instead of cross hatching. Bit of cross hatching over there, but got bored with it. I could do more to this. I could have carried on for a few more hours yet, but I decided enough was enough. It's only a page of my create this book, so I'm all dressed up today. It's our, what is it, 11th wedding anniversary, so we're going out for lunch in a bit, which would be nice, and then go come back and do some more arting. I just can't stop at the moment. I just can't stop. It's all I want to do. I'll wait for John to fall asleep. He'll nod off after a nice big lunch, glass of wine, and then I can come back up to my craft room. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again really soon.